Over the weekend, NFL legend Steve Young took a visit to Boise. He made time to visit with the patients at St. Luke's and spoke at a pair of community events at the Jump. But in between, he made time for a different visit, a trip to the Idaho State Correctional Center. So what kind of common ground could a superstar quarterback find with the inmates? Well, it turns out quite a lot.
I'm going to do a little introduction. You probably know more about him than I do.
Saturday brought a special guest to the Idaho State Correctional Center.
He's a two-time NFL MVP and a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A select group of inmates nominated by the staff earned an opportunity to hear from a man that probably didn't need an introduction.
Steve.
Hi, Lonnie, thank you.
One of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history.
I can tell you about Super Bowls, and I can tell you about, wins and great moments.
And a leader of one of its greatest dynasties.
20 straight years in the playoffs. 5 Super Bowls, 12 championship games.
A speech.
People go, well, why? How?
Partially about playing football.
It wasn't the play that was called. It wasn't the defense that was run. It was this.
More about learning from it.
This fundamental concept.
Becoming the basis of his 2022 book.
I call it the law of love.
A message straight from Hall of Fame head coach Bill Walsh.
He said, the number one thing I want you to do is develop an element of love for each other.
With the law of love, they found undeniable success on the field.
Seeing others as fellow journeyers.
But when he expanded that love beyond his teammates, he found success and knowledge in business, philanthropy, and life.
This is just me chewing on stuff that I find kind of universally true and a kind of a spirit of abundance. I found that abundance in football. I found it in business. I found it at home.
The love shared is a fundamental respect.
And I want you to know that we're not different. We're journeying and we're trying to figure out in relationships how to find that abundance.
Everyone on their own path, on the journey through life. The little things that help us find an understanding with each other. Young shared the power of taking ownership for mistakes.
There was a disaster. I threw the other team and lost the game.
And forgiving others for theirs.
To see someone beyond what they are right this second.
And getting along with people who are different.
I know there's Cowboy fans. Relax, don't scream. I know you want to scream.
Even NFL rivals.
I grew up a Cowboy fan. I loved Roger Staubach. He was my hero. And then I matured.
Sort of. All jokes aside, his message was well received.
You could hear a pin drop. The men and the women in this room were full attention. He shared so many life lessons with us, and I bet you tonight the men in this room are still going to share that reflection time, hopefully share some of those universal lessons that Steve shared with us today.
Stories to bring with them on their journeys.
As I told them, I didn't come to speak to them because they're in prison. I came to speak to them because they're journeying with me, and we're just we're on the path together. So.